Since it's Pride Month, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about one of the strongest new mutants that just came out. Her name is Escapade, and she is trans, and this is her story. So let's start off with her ass going to go rob this helicarrier, right? She got her best friend, which his name is Morgan Reed. He and they. And if you look on his shoulder, they got this fucking, it's a genetically engineered flying turtle. Anyway, she fly up there and this dude notices her. So this dude Morgan tell her ass to use them damn, them fucking dice that she got in her hand. And that shit fucks with gravity. She get up in there, he tell her to use this dust, which fucks with the damn computer systems. I also want you to pause and read the young Sheila and Morgan part. That's them when they were younger, and it explains like how her life was when she was younger. Like the fact that they wanted to be super villains. Anyway, she get up there and she meet up with this motherfucker, right? And they get to fighting and shit. She ain't want to use her powers because she's scared of them. She think that something was gonna go wrong. So her ass end up not using them until the motherfucker blast a blaster at her. At this point in the fight, she couldn't move her left arm and she think it's broken a couple ribs too, maybe. And her breathing was an issue. So she decided to use her power, which was to switch places and circumstances with the damn girl. Her bones and all that shit being broke went to her. So this when she cut the damn ties off to Morgan and shit, and she asked her about this shit that she's really there for, that she wasn't trying to let Morgan know about, which is the Onyx needle. It's supposed to be able to help her control her powers, basically. So while leaving from the lick, she meets up with Emma Frost, and Emma Frost basically asking her to come join the X-Men and that they'll train her. She said, nah, I'm good on that. Now she goes back to the house and all the injuries that she had swapped with Skull Buster is about to come back. She only had it for about she can only do that shit for a couple hours. Now this is where they start to argue about trusting each other because he wants to know why she shut the damn comms off. And slowly and surely her damn injuries and shit started to come back. This where she let us know why she was keeping that shit a secret from him. And she met up with Emma Frost and Destiny, right? And they made her fucking see what Destiny could see, which was that her friend was gonna die on this building with a whole bunch of like pipes and shit that was fucked up. She was supposed to switch places with him to save her own life, causing him to fall down and dying. And if you've been pausing and reading to the little kid part, earlier she told her parents that she was mutant and they was cool with that. Now right here, she told her friends that she's trans. So we go to this super trans support group, and if you've been following my videos, you know who the hell these is. These the next mutants. They're trans too, like Reed right here. He got a whole universe inside of him. She meets up with Emma again, right? And Emma wants her to use her power on this dude right here. As you can see, she switched places with him, then she goes back. And she lets us know that she can only do that shit within 7 feet. And she can take their place for a few hours. So she accepts Frost's offer to go train with her on Krakoa, right? And then she goes home and she tells her friend about it and says that I'll always be in contact with you. She still ain't telling what was supposed to happen to him though. Until right here. And he told her like, why you ain't telling me before? Well, I would have told you don't even believe that shit. He's like, yeah, I hope you're right, but it feels so real. I can't stop thinking about it. Nothing scares me like the thought of hurting you. She said, me too. Then they have an emotional moment about basically always telling each other the truth. Then all this shit would be continued in New Mutants issue 31. This was her first appearance in Marvel Voices Pride issue 1 that came out last year in June. So let's go over to New Mutants issue 31. So they training her, like I said, in the first appearance, right? That's when she got to open it up to them and letting them know how her powers work. Like she could take their situation. Like if you're the best banjo player, she could be the best banjo player. If you just won a cheese eating contest, she can make it that she won instead. All she had to do is be 6 or 7 feet within somebody, and it can only last a few hours. Plus it goes wrong sometimes, or a lot. That was back then. So they told her like, girl, you supposed to be fucking pranking people then. Thinking about how her fucking friend was gonna get hurt. She's like, well, maybe I can have fun with my powers this time. As you see her swapping places with everybody in their powers and shit, taking their powers and leaving them without powers. Then she got to explaining basically what's gonna happen to her friend, and dude right here was sympathizing with her, talking about some, I felt the same way when it happened to me. When I fucking had my telekinesis powers manifested, I turned my whole family's house into sawdust. Skip ahead, right? They go to this damn, basically it's the Pride Month thing, right? This motherfucking portal open up with the U-Men. These motherfuckers take fucking mutant powers and use it for themselves, basically. You can pause and read the little yellow thing under me. That's what they do. They harvest organs from mutants so they can steal their powers. Anyway, they stole this girl, which Escapade was getting close to because she was a brain in a jar for so long. Now she got her own body and shit, so they was getting cool. But they ass all got captured and shit. While they was in there and shit, you pause the read right here. This is dude's power, her best friend. He can turn shit into chocolate, as you can see at the bottom. He tells her that the power dampener room has a half a second for her to use her powers, Escapade. So she takes this thing, and their plan was to use the switch it with the weapon that the guard has outside. But it ain't go as planned. Her jacket switched up with him instead of the weapon. And that's when the leader of all this shit, the motherfucker that kidnapped her, came up, Sublime. Issue 32. So she instantly, soon as the damn shit start off, she done switched places with one of you men, trying to get they ass up out of that fucking place. She also wanted to go find that girl with the brain because dude took her ass and fucking, he's the reason why she was a brain in the jar in the first place, and that's what he's trying to do to her again. Now this is the side effect of Sheila powers when she switched places with you. You act scary and like a bitch, basically. Escapade finds the girl, and the girl snaps on Escapade because she feels like she only saving her so that she don't feel guilty about the shit that's on her hands. She's selfish. That's what she basically trying to say. That's when Sublime walks in, not knowing that she wanted a U-Man and was finna operate on her ass. That's when old girl, she ain't got no equipment, so she does a double swap. We see her do this for the first time. She swaps with her and switch places. That's why she right there on the table now. And old girl runs back and save them in the motherfucking place, right? So they leave and go help old girl, Escapade, who had switched places with the guard that old girl was. They try to leave, go up these motherfucking this ladder, and that's when she go to the damn her vision where a dude supposed to die at. Issue 33. So they try to go back down. Her ass ended up switching places with old girl again because she didn't really originally switch with old girl when she did that double swap. So they tried to get the fuck up out of there, right? These damn U-Man and shit was finna beat her ass. So she switched places with his ass. Then the fucking sprinklers go off because of this fucking gas they had shot earlier and shit. She get to spraying at the motherfucking dude that was fucking captured ass, but she switched places back. He captures her ass because he figured out by her earlier and wants to use her power for himself. And he was gonna use this shit right here that was supposed to mind control her. But dude that turned shit into chocolate, he turned that shit into chocolate. He did that shit earlier, so instead of them using that shit, he said, fuck it, I'm still finna use it. I'm finna just basically dissect your ass. Take her on that roof where she supposed to kill her friend, and that's how the fuck this shit went down, because she gets under control. The collar pops off, but she's weak and she falls down. Switched places with her friends, but she went back and switched places with him again and was gonna die. But the telekinesis dude saved her, and that's how that shit didn't happen. So she went back to Emma Frost and Destiny and snapped on their ass and said, I'm finna master my power. Now we gotta go to New Mutants Lethal Legion. It's the newest shit of New Mutants. Issue 1. Now that she ain't scared that her friend gonna die no more, she got way better control of her powers, you see right here. Like as soon as they get in their vicinity, she taking over. As you can see at the bottom, that's her on the left, and then she switched places with the guard right here under me. They up in this place fucking shit up. Look at her ass, switching places and shit, fucking motherfuckers up. So skip ahead past that shit. They decided to hit a lick on this dude, just to fucking chill off from everything they went through from them getting kidnapped and shit. That's when Laura Kinney, X-23's little sister, joined in, Scout. And they didn't want to seem like they was mutants, so they disguised themselves as this. Issue 2, the lick go down, right? And her ass got drunk after they fought their way and fucking got into his house and shit, trying to become part of the Lethal Legion. She switches powers with Scout, which has the Wolverine claws. In issue 3, after the lick, we find out that they stole this shit it was a weapon for Uranos. Bro wasn't playing, he coming to get his shit. So in issue, everybody get into the fight because he brings in Moonstone, the damn vampire dude. She came in, was about to kill her best friend. So she switches powers with Moonstone and fucking murks the fuck out. Was about to murk her ass. And she didn't want to give her powers back to her ass, because she felt like if she gave them back, she was going to just try to kill him again. But they talked her down and she gave her powers back. And now currently all the damn New Mutants are finna go stop dude ass from creating a new damn Lethal Legion. And all this shit gonna get concluded in the next issue of New Mutants Lethal Legion. Now even though she's in 3 runs, she has been having great character development, as you've seen her powers getting stronger, her having more control of her powers. How do y'all feel about this new hero right here? And out of all the heroes that y'all know of, who do you think she can take out and who do you think she can't? Just so y'all know, if y'all ain't catch it, her power works instantaneously. Pause the read. And this before the current